Do you ever notice that the people who know you in real life support you online the least? They never like, they never comment, they never say anything to you online, but yet they watch every single thing that you do. I was confused at first as well, and I thought, this got to be a social media online thing, but it's not. It's a real life thing, and we're going to break it down today. People who like you the least will quite literally watch you the most. And today we're breaking it down on the Taty Domini Show. Hi, I'm Tati, your life lesson baddie. And if you have any problems or things you need advice on, make sure you comment down below because I give phenomenal advice. There is a huge difference between supporting somebody and surveilling somebody. AKA you on your surveillance system, you on your Ring DoorDash cam, because you watching people you don't like for real. Why? Let's break it down. So first things first, like I said prior, there is a huge difference between supporting somebody and surveilling them like you're a surveillance system. And when I see someone who is constantly watching someone, right? Constantly watching them. And this is not just only to social media. This is real life application as well. We're going to lead with the social and expand out. If you are on social media, and not everybody wants to be a content creator, sometimes people are just posting just for fun, right? They want to share their good moments. They want to express themselves. And, social media is a place where you're supposed to be social. Not in today's world, baby. When I tell you, even if you're not a content creator, even if you are a content creator, you'll post something and people will be watching it and not saying anything. And that's cool if they're strangers or whatever. But these are people that you know, people that you went to school with, people that you work with, family members, friends. Let's get up under the hood and wake that up. Let's wake that up. These people will be commenting under celebrities' pictures like they know the celebrities in real life, but crickets when it comes to supporting their people in real time. That's where I get confused. I often feel like people who support you have no issues with commenting, awesome job, great job, I see what you're doing, keep doing it. It takes 5 seconds to just say, I see you, you're doing your thing, even like the post. People don't even want to like it. They watching everything. The least you could do is like. You watching everything, just like. It's weird. It's like social media was made to be social and nobody is socializing because the jealousy, the envy, the resentment, that's all up in there. And it's been brewing. Let me tell you why. It's hard for people who know you in real life to support you online because social media has provided a front row seat to your life, whether we intended it to be that way or not. And people are constantly benchmarking where you are in life to where they are in life, especially if it is someone who used to be a co-worker or you went to school with, and sometimes even friends and family members. They knew you at one point in your life, so when they see you doing these grand and big things, it's hard for them to part their lips and say congratulations or I see you or this is awesome, because they knew the old you. They don't know this new version of you. And this new version of you is a threat to their self-esteem and their ego because they were used to you being one way. Now you're something totally different. And this new, beautiful being that you've become, they don't have the security to accept all of that. So while they can't look away, they can't open their mouths up to support you because to do so would be them saying, I see you, you're doing your thing. They would be validating you. And they don't want to validate you because validating you means invalidating themselves because they like what you're doing. They may not like where they are in their life, but to see you be successful and for them to comment on your success would do something not only to their pride, but to their ego and to their self-esteem. Notice that it's easier for strangers to support you than it would be to people who know you to support you. And that's because a stranger is meeting you exactly where you are, your new self, who you've become. They don't have any back history or any past ties to you to feel any type of way about this new you that you're becoming. They're not triggered by it because they don't know you. So they can only accept what you're bringing online and what you're bringing into the social media space. But they don't have that resentment because they don't know you. It's nothing for them to compare to because they're just enjoying who you are versus someone who has history with you They remember who you used to be, and they may not be ready to accept who you've become. To accept what you're becoming would mean that they would have to admit that they may be complacent. They may not be where they want to be. They had the same exact amount of time that you had, and yet you did something differently with your time. And that is devastating to the ego, because we're always in this rat wheel where we're always trying to chase the next thing and become better and better and better. And when you're, instead of competing against yourself, you're competing against other people, it can be hard to stomach when someone else is winning that race. And the sad reality is someone could be winning today and losing tomorrow, and that shouldn't matter. It literally shouldn't matter, because we should be so focused on ourselves that what the next person is doing is irrelevant, and it doesn't matter. We love you, we support you, we'll give you, your tens, your whatever when it's time. But on a regular day to day, you should be focusing on yourself. And I think the people who are watching everything that you're doing and choosing to stay silent, that silence is deafening. It's saying everything you need to hear. It's saying, I can keep up with you, but I can't connect with you. I can keep up with you, but I can't connect with you. I can keep up with you, but I can't publicly celebrate you, because to celebrate you would be a devastation to myself, because I don't have nothing to celebrate right now. If I'm celebrating you, it's a reminder that I'm not celebrating me. And sometimes when you don't have the security and the confidence in yourself, celebrating somebody else can be devastating to your ego and to your pride and to your self-esteem. I'm realizing that the internet didn't create this problem. It exposed this problem, because you see this happening in real life. Have you ever called a friend, a cousin, an old co-worker, an old classmate or whatever and say, hey, I just did so-and-so? And when you tell them your accomplishment, it's dead silent, baby. Crickets. Meanwhile, if something good is happening for them, they're going to want you to be so excited about it, so jumping off the moon, doing whatever to celebrate them. But when it's your turn, silence. That's why every time people say, oh, it's because of social media, it's because of social media. No, social media just exposed what was already underneath the surface. Social media just exposed what's already in certain people. And it's not everybody, but the ones who are like this, you need to be aware. And later on in this video, we're going to break down some behaviors that I have noticed that show that somebody is performing their likeness for you. And under the surface, they are threatened on who you are. And I'm going to provide some red flags for you to look out for. So make sure you stay to the very end of the video so that you can be alert and you can be on point. But back to the main topic that we are at hand. These people will want you to do the most to celebrate them. But when it's time for them to celebrate you, they don't have the space for it. They don't have the time for it. Have you ever said, okay, I'm having this event on this day, let people know in advance, and they still not show up? Don't even tell you they're not coming. Meanwhile, you see them celebrating with the people they want to celebrate with, but for some reason, whenever your celebrations come around and it's time for your appreciations and your acknowledgments, they're nowhere to be found. What does that say about them? Think. They have the ability to be supportive. They just don't want to be supportive towards you, because supporting you feels like a threat to them, because they already may have hidden jealousy and secret animosity towards you. And now that you're winning, now that you're successful, now that you're doing your thing, it hurts for them to acknowledge it, because it's validating you. Like I said earlier, validating you when they don't even have self-validation will eat somebody up, because they're giving to you what they don't even have for themselves. So giving to you, they don't have the space. So giving to you makes them feel insecure, because they don't have the self-love to stand in the celebratory moments of somebody else. Already, you've seen it. Thinking that somebody's supposed to support you and don't, but they can support everybody else, including everybody else, but purposely excluding you. That's another way that they like to do. When somebody is threatened and intimidated by you, they will try to exclude you and leave you on your lonely. But lucky for them, they don't know that when you try to exclude somebody, that just teaches them how to stand on their own 2 feet alone. We were born into this world alone. So when you try to exclude someone, they want them to feel like they are not as of value to be included. it's a tactic to make you feel less than. So when people exclude you from things, that is another way where it's like, you watch everything that I do, you talk to me about everything else, but when it's time to include me, you take the moment to exclude me. That's because they are threatened by you and they feel like if you come through, you're going to show up and you're going to show out and you're going to take the shine off of them. And they can't bear that. They can't take that because all of this goes back to their lack of self-esteem, their lack of self-love. So if you are experiencing any of this, know that I'm almost 99% sure that you are not the problem. But make sure you do your self-awareness analysis to make you start, am I tripping? Am I doing too much? And if your answer is no, then baby, I'm pretty sure that's a self-esteem problem. I'm pretty sure because it's no way you're telling somebody about your accomplishments and your success and they can't formulate no words to say congratulations or I'm so proud of you or go, 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 go. But mind you, if you were going through something bad, they right there front seat with popcorn. That's how I know this is not just a social media thing. Social media just exposed what's going on. For example, you depressed, you sad, they're gonna always answer that call and got advice for you because guess what? Your failures soothes their self-esteem issues. So if you're not doing well and they hear that you're not doing well, that soothes them because it's like, okay, I'm not the only person that's not where I want to be. They like to hear drama. They like to hear chaos because that makes them feel better about where they are in their lives. That's why I be telling y'all, if y'all not following me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I be dropping gems that you can digest in a minute. Okay, I know everybody don't have the time and the bandwidth to sit down and cuzzle up with me on YouTube. So if you want little digestible clips that you can adjust and adapt and add to your everyday life whenever you want, make sure you are following me at Taty Domini on all social media platforms. But they'll be all ears when it's something bad happening to you. But when it's something good, crickets. There are certain people who get energy off of your failures. They drink it like it's an energy drink. Because it's a reminder to them you're not perfect. People don't like the idea. If they feel like your life is too perfect, people will resent you for it. If they feel like you have this perfect dream life, can't stand you. And I don't even know if I said that correctly, but they will not like you if you have a perfect life. People like when you have some grit, when you have some pain. They feel like that's what makes you relatable because they can relate to your pain. But people can't be relating to the success and the wins because everybody's not successful and everybody's not winning. But when you're down and you're out, everybody can relate to that moment when they were down in the dumps. But everybody can't relate to the moment when you're at the tops because everybody ain't been there. Did you hear what I said? Everybody ain't been there. So not only may they have their own things going on that's preventing them from supporting you, whether it's in person or online, but they also may not have the capacity. And it's something that's deep in them. It has nothing to do with you. You know, some people genuinely may be happy for you, but because they're in so much of a dark space within themselves, they can't show that support. So I do think sometimes let's leave grace and leave room. Some people don't have the mental capacity and the bandwidth to do it for reasons of their own, but sometimes it is that nasty jealousy work. And we do have to acknowledge that because it is sometimes hard to know the difference in whether somebody is genuinely not supporting you because they're in a rough spot or in a tough space in their life, or they're genuinely or ingenuinely not supporting you because they're jealous of you, they're competing against you, and they never liked you to begin with. It's a difference. It's definitely a difference. And you know your friends or your family members or whoever to know whether it is genuine or disingenuous. So I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. It's someone who you seen was a hater from day one and you've been keeping in contact with them because y'all been cool for this amount of years, forget them. I'm gonna tell you, cut them off because there's no way you can have a good relationship with somebody that can't even be happy for you when you winning. If they cannot be happy for you when you winning, they don't deserve to know what's going on when you losing. And that's why I don't tell nobody my business, because I've also seen that, like, when you're down in the dumps, and you're sad and you're venting to these people, they'll go and spread your business. Or if y'all fall out, they telling everybody when you was down, now when you up. You gotta watch people, because I've seen people trust someone deeply and get burned. I've trusted people and have been shocked by what they have done to me, and the lack of support and the lack of care. And it's like, I support everything that you do, but that's because you're not pouring from an empty cup. When someone, like I said earlier, don't have love for themselves, they can't never pour into you because they're not even pouring into them. So you can't even take it personally. You just gotta take it on the chin and understand that you don't need no validation from nobody. Okay? Your validation comes from whoever you serve. You know what I'm saying? And come from a higher self and how you feel about yourself. But never seek validation from other people. I know it's weird. I know it make you go like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? But it's like, take that on the chin and keep grinding. Keep doing you, because at the end of the day, no matter if they watching every little thing that you do and not saying nothing, or you telling them their compliments and they're staying silent, you're telling them your accomplishments and they're choosing to stay silent, that tells you everything that you needed to know, and you never needed a validation anyway. Like, celebrate your own accomplishments, celebrate your own wins. You never needed nobody to celebrate what you got going on, because whether the celebrations come down, you still getting on. They're not stopping anything from not acknowledging what you're doing. Just because they're not acknowledging what you're doing don't mean that it's still not going to happen. They could keep watching. They could keep watching. It's not going to stop the motion. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that this is where we are in a society, but I'm just glad the internet exposed it, and it's making it way easier to know who's for you and who not. And if you're not for me, get out my face. It's that simple. I'd rather know if somebody don't like me than to be in the face of someone who pretends like they like me when they really don't. And it's just a shame that the people that don't like you will really keep up with you more than the people who genuinely are concerned. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. Let's get into some red flags. We're going to run the list down. I've given some of these over the course of the video, but in case you missed some of them, let's go. Number 1. This is a big one. They never comment or compliment you. So let's say, and this is for social and online, because as we know, they're one and the same. So when I say it out loud, it can be applied to both. They'll watch you like a hawk, but they will never say, oh, I like that, or that's nice, or ooh, give me your tens. Never. They will literally just sit there and be like, or if they do give you a comment or a compliment, it's a backhanded one. Oh, that's the nicest I've ever seen your hair look. Oh, that's the nicest pair of shoes I've ever seen you on. It's always like a backhanded, nice, nasty comment. That is one of the biggest red flags. Number 2, they're always in secret competition with you. So let's say you go back to school. Now they go back to school. You get a new house. Now they get a new house. You get a new job. Now they get a new job. They are very driven by what you have going on with your life. So when they see you doing something, they'll try to work towards something to one up you. I know it's crazy, but it happens. Number 3. If there is a conversation happening surrounding and pertaining to you, whether it's a celebration, announcement, or just casually talking, they will try to shift the subject back onto them off of you. Even if they don't acknowledge what you say, even if they talking about you for a little tiny bit, they will do whatever they can to take the attention off of you and shift it back onto them, because having you get too much tension, it get under that skin. Okay? Don't downplay your accomplishments or your announcements. So not only will they change the subject, even when the subject is on you, they will, oh, that's not that big of a deal. Oh, I could do that. Or I did that last year. Or they will always try to find a way to bring you down a notch, because they are already intimidated and threatened by everything that you are. Sometimes they may support you privately, but they will never support you publicly. So if you are in front of a group of friends that you may share, or even online, they'll never support you in front of that friend group, or they'll never support you in a public setting or online, because to give you that validation, like I said earlier, would hurt their little ego, will bruise their little ego. And they also don't like too many people liking you, because that means it's less people to like them. Some people are like that. They don't want you to be liked by many, because that intimidates them, because they want to be liked by many. A lot of jealousy and enviousness is at play during this video. But if you guys want a separate jealousy versus envy video, I think I have one on my page. But if I haven't made it private yet, I can go into that deep with you. But before I make it private, I better go look. A lot of these behaviors are definitely indeed driven by jealousy and envy. So watch out. But they will definitely like not want to celebrate you in front of big groups, because they don't want them showing you all that love and all that attention. They want that to stay on them. Even online, they don't want to say hard eyes under your picture or hard eyes under your videos, because everybody else is already commenting. They don't want to boost you up or make you bigger, because making you bigger make them feel less than. When you're grinding and building things up, they're silent and not supporting you. But once you reach success, sometimes they act like they've been there the entire time, even if they haven't been supporting at all. But the only reason why they're appearing like they're so like celebratory of you and they've been here the whole time is because they're riding your wave. So if they see that everybody is loving you, they realize, dang, I look crazy if I don't love on her now or him now. So let me perform. Sometimes the celebratoriness is performative, because it's like, oh, you made it, so let me pretend like I've been here the entire time. No, you know they ain't been supporting you at all. They ain't been sharing nothing. They ain't been congratulating you. They ain't been showing up. But now when everything is going great, they want to act like they've been there the whole time. BS, baby, BS. Like, come on now, BS. So stay woke, stay aware, stay vigilant. I hope this video was very, like, eye-opening for you, because for the longest, I'm like, yo, why is people weird? But it ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm just here to help you point at the behaviors and move accordingly, because you don't need people like this in your life. There's plenty of people who would love to support you, who love to uplift you, who love to celebrate you, who have the self-love for themselves to love on you too. Don't be hanging out with people that can only pour from your empty cup and not trying to pour back into you. We don't do that. We don't like that. So like I said, I hope this video was helpful. These episodes will be dropping weekly. So if you have advice that you need on a topic, make sure you comment down below. I just made a video about your problem. So don't forget to sound off down below. Share your experiences with me. How has your experience been with people who don't really like you for real, but be watching you like a hawk? Because clearly you can't like me if you don't support me. Clearly you can't like me if you don't really want me to win. Clearly you don't really like me if you're not supporting me, if you're not celebrating me, but they're performing that likeness. So be aware. Performative likeness is real. People perform and pretend like they like you as a means to get close to you and to keep up with you, but they really don't like you at all. Okay? Stay aware, stay woke, stay vigilant. I'll see you next time. Bye!